Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev took place at UFC 282. It was for the vacant light heavyweight title. And no one actually won the belt because it ended up as a split draw. One judge gave it to Jan Blachowicz, 48-47. One judge gave it to Magomed Ankalaev, 48-46. And the other one gave it a draw, 47-47. Now, I do agree with the decision. I do think it is a draw. And I am happy that it ended up as a draw because I was worried that it would go to Magomed Ankalaev just because he had the better later rounds. And I was pretty sure that Jan Blachowicz won the first 3 rounds. So I was like, Jan Blachowicz won the first 3 rounds, but just because Magomed Ankalaev won the 4th and a dominant 5th round, I was worried that the judges would give it to Magomed Ankalaev. One judge did, but the other ones didn't. So I'm happy about the decision. But I'm here to argue that if you had to pick a winner, like I think it's a pretty good decision that it ended up as a draw. But if you had to pick a winner, if I had to pick a winner, I think I would go for Jan Blachowicz. And hear me out. It's because the first round, it was close, but I think Jan Blachowicz did better. I think Jan Blachowicz won the fight clearly. Won the first round clearly because I know that when it comes to statistics, Magomed Ankalaev landed more, I heard. But the thing is, it's not about just landing more. Jan Blachowicz landed better shots. He landed the shots that actually hurt Magomed Ankalaev. He bruised Magomed, and he started to hurt Magomed's leg, the lead leg, in the first round. So I think it should go to Jan Blachowicz. People who argue that it was close and it should go to Magomed Ankalaev, I think they're delusional. Okay, if you think Magomed Ankalaev won the first round just because he landed a bit more, I think you're delusional. Jan Blachowicz landed better shots, more damaging shots, quality shots than Magomed Ankalaev. So I think it's clear that Jan Blachowicz won the first round. And when it comes to second round, there's no one to argue that Jan Blachowicz didn't win the second round. I think Jan Blachowicz won it very dominant fashion because at one point Magomed Ankalaev was like 90% dropped. Like he was so hurt in the lead leg, he got dropped. Like he didn't get dropped, but he almost got dropped. And then the third round, I think Jan Blachowicz also won that round. I mean, he did get taken down in the last, I don't know, 30 seconds, but Magomed didn't do anything. And Jan Blachowicz kept kicking his leg and damaging his leg. So I think the third round should go to Jan Blachowicz. And then the fourth round, I would give it to Magomed 10-9. And then the fifth round, I would give it 10-8 for Magomed. But the thing is, here's the thing. If you give Magomed Ankalaev 10-8 in the fifth round, just because he took Jan Blachowicz down, I mean, he didn't actually take him down. I mean, Jan was the one. Jan was responsible for being taken down because he was just freaking out because he was worried about getting taken down. So it wasn't actually Magomed taking Jan down. It was more of Jan getting freaked out. And then if you think that just because Magomed kept Blachowicz down for about 5 minutes in the fifth and final round, and then landing some shots, if you think that that's enough to give Magomed 10-8, I think there is a clear case to make that Jan Blachowicz deserves 10-8 for the second round, because if you give 10-8 in the fifth round for Magomed for just taking him down and holding him there, Jan Blachowicz actually hurt Magomed and almost finished Magomed Ankalaev in the second round. Ankalaev was done. Okay, he wasn't done, but he was almost done. He almost got dropped because of Jan's leg kicks. So I'm a believer that if you give Magomed Ankalaev 10-8 in the fifth round, you should also give Jan Blachowicz 10-8 in the second round because of the leg kick damages. I truly believe that. And also, there's another point to be made, okay? People, I would say over 40% of the people say that Magomed Ankalaev won the fight because he won the fourth and dominant fifth round. They are saying that because of recency bias, okay? Let's say that Magomed Ankalaev took down Jan Blachowicz and controlled him in the first two rounds, okay? The first round and the second round, okay? And then let's say Magomed got tired, or Jan Blachowicz figured out the timing of the takedown and stuffed the takedown in the later rounds, the third, fourth, and fifth round, and then he fucked the Magomed's lead and the rear leg with his leg kicks. Let's say that happened. I am pretty sure that people would say Jan Blachowicz won that fight just because of recency bias. Just because Jan Blachowicz won the third and fourth and fifth round with the leg kicks, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people would say Jan Blachowicz won that fight just because he won the later rounds. I think that just because Magomed won the later rounds, people are obsessed that he won the fight. But I think that if you score the rounds based on each rounds, the best case scenario, I think it should be 47-47 for Magomed. Because I believe that Jan Blachowicz slightly did better, okay? He actually got close to finish Magomed Ankalaev. Did Magomed Ankalaev get even close to finishing Jan Blachowicz? No, he didn't. So I think that if there is a winner, if I had to pick a winner, I think it's Jan Blachowicz. Jan Blachowicz won the first round. And I think the judges, if I was a judge, I would give 10-8 for Jan Blachowicz in the second round. And then 10-9 third round for Jan Blachowicz. And then 10-9 for Magomed Ankalaev in the fourth round. And then 10-8 for Magomed Ankalaev in the fifth round. And then that would end up as, I think, 48-46 for Jan Blachowicz. Once again, I do agree with the judges that it is a draw. With one judge, that it is a draw. I think it's a pretty good decision. But if I had to pick a winner on who did just a little bit better, I think it has to be Jan Blachowicz. And one more thing to say, I really think that Joe Rogan should stop commentating, okay? He was gaslighting Jan Blachowicz into admitting that he lost the fight when he didn't. Like, it was a draw, okay? Nobody actually won that fight clearly, okay? If someone won that fight, it was Jan Blachowicz. And Joe was like, you lost that fight. Admit it, you lost that fight. And Joe Rogan, when he was in his prime as a UFC commentator, he was good. But now I think he's very delusional. I think he's very high on some kind of a drug, okay? Because when Jan Blachowicz beat Israel Adesanya, Joe was like, Jan, you were once a middleweight. I think Joe Rogan should stop commentating, okay? But the thing is, UFC won't fire them because a lot of people like Joe Rogan. I like Joe. I like Joe as well. I don't hate him. But I don't like him as a UFC commentator. I don't mind his podcast. I actually like him. But his commentating nowadays, it's just terrible.
Well, you are good.
Legendary Polish power.
Korean power also.